Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome to the Q8 Pilot channel and another stream. Today, we are going to be taking the Toliss A340 for a short hop. But before we begin the details of our flight today, I want to welcome all of you guys in chat. Stan, hello Stan, Thomas13. We have with us also Boeing Corp, Mike from Logan, New Jersey. Welcome aboard. Hello, Walter. Welcome aboard. Next plane, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us this evening. And we have also Rhythm from India. Welcome aboard. I hope I said your name correctly. Roy, welcome aboard. Good afternoon to you, my friend. HD Sim Flyby, welcome aboard. Benjamin Williams, welcome aboard. TriStar Productions, welcome. Glad to have you with us this evening. Sim Fanatic is in the house, ladies and gents. Welcome aboard, Sim Fanatic, my very dear friend from the US of A. Welcome. Star of Climb, welcome aboard. And we have Dougal McTavish. How are you guys doing? I hope you are well. I do apologize most sincerely for not showing up yesterday. I changed the time of the stream to today, and I actually forgot to post something on the community tab to let you guys know that I wasn't able to stream yesterday. But we are here today. X-Plane was unfortunately acting up a little bit. So unfortunately, we're going to fly the house livery of the A340 today because I had to reinstall the Toliss aircraft for some reason. And I forgot to move over the liveries. So, but shouldn't affect our flight today, which is going to be from Munich in Germany. I'm not sure why it says not used. All the runways are showing not used. And we're heading over to Franjo in Zagreb, Croatia. So I'm pretty sure I royally mispronounced this one, but should be a fun flight, a short one, and we'll take a look here at this really magnificent and gigantic aircraft. Has a lot of resemblance to the A380 from the back. If you look at the wing curvature here, it really does remind me a lot of the A380. Now, Toliss has developed this aircraft with, of course, system simulation in mind, as well as the flight model. The fly-by-wire implementation of Toliss aircraft is second to none. And this aircraft, actually, the cockpit of this aircraft doesn't look all that bad. It's not high fidelity considering the price point of the aircraft, but by now you all know this is the thing with Toliss. So we can't really expect much in terms of the texturing, but nevertheless, you know, acceptable, I would say. And let me move those armrests here. Maybe the sounds are a bit too low here, so
How's
we
it
are...
going, Q8, the underpowered beast. Flew it yesterday. Still my favorite aircraft ever.
Well, Jesse, thank you very much for coming in with a $5 super chat. Really appreciate your support, my friend. And yes, it is an underpowered beast without a doubt. And I hope that you've had fun flying it. Let me go very quickly here to the Toliss, because I think the sounds are a little bit too low. So let me come here to the sounds. And let's see here. Do we have here an override? We do have an... Let me just... yeah, I think that's fine here. So we'll have that on. We'll save these settings. And now we're good to go. Okay, let me remove that. Right. So our flight today is going to be approximately 40 minutes. A very short hop. We're going to be cruising at 29,000 feet. And let's get things started. So first thing first, we're going to come down here. We're going to make sure that the engine start switch is in the normal position. All engine switches are in the off position. The thrust lever is in idle detent. The landing gear is down. We're going to come here and we're going to make sure both wiper knobs are in the off position. And I think in the last stream when we were talking about the wipers, someone was, wasn't sure if this is actually part of the SOP for a European airline, which I've copied from and I've been using faithfully ever since. And the reason why the wiper is part of the checklist is you don't want, once the aircraft is powered, if the wipers are on, it will basically, if there's any dust on the windows, probably cause scratches and things like that. So very important. Those are very powerful wipers on the aircraft. So you got to make sure that they're off. Next, we're going to move up here to the battery, and we have more than 25 volts. We have 26.5, so we are good to start the battery switches, and we have both external power connected to the aircraft. So battery 1, battery 2, APU BAT, and external power A, external power B, and then we're coming to cruise supply here for our oxygen, ground control for the recorder while on the ground, and then everything here stays as is. We're going to come here and test the APU fire test, checks okay, and then the adheres go to 1, 2, and 3, and now all adhere switches are in nav mode. Nothing here we need to do. We're just going to take a quick look here, and then we're going to look at the engineer panel and everything there. All right, so this one here, again, nothing really to do here. So this part, or the engineer panel, is something that is used normally for troubleshooting. So the pilots normally don't really mess around with this. As you can see here, again, FADEC ground power. So this is, again, when you see something FADEC ground power, you know that this is something not for the pilots to mess around with. So coming here, we're going to test the engine fire test again, make sure everything okay, and that's good. And then we're going to come over down here and put the strobe light on auto. We're going to put the nav light to number 1, indicating that the pilot flying is the captain on the left seat. We're going to arm the emergency lights, non-smoking signs, and fasten seatbelt signs are both on. Next, we're going to move up here and turn on our fuel pumps. Right, there we go. All fuel pumps are on. And we are going to just take a quick look here, make sure everything is good. Everything's good here. And voila, we're good with the overhead panel. And now let's brighten up our display so we can see a little better. There we go. I flew it from Cape Town to Lesotho. I have no idea if it was a real life route, but it was a fun. Well, I'm glad you had fun. Symphonic doing well, thank you, my friend. On lunch break and saw you going live, so wanted to drop and say hello and drop a like. Hope you are doing well. Have a great flight. Thank you very much, Symphonic. Lots of love to you, my friend, from Kuwait. Right, so the ECAMs are brightened up and fully visible. And we are going to come here and turn up the lighting there on the PFD and MFD. So everything here is good. Perfect. Now we're going to bring up the Mukdu. And let's brighten up the display here again so you guys can follow along. And we're going to go first to, so this is diff strip, again, as the sequence that we're going to take. So this is D for data. And then we're going to go to init alpha. And we are going to request the flight plan from SimBrief. Perfect. Okay, so we are Lufthansa 1726 in the Airbus house livery. And next we are going to go to the flight plan. We are going to select our departure, which is today, runway 26 right. Again, I really am not sure why it's showing this, but that's fine. 26 right is selected through the rota for November. Rota for November is selected. Insert. Brilliant. Next, we're going to go to our destination in Zagreb, Croatia, and select the arrival, which is going to be the ILS 04 Yankee. And the star is going to be the Lulu to Zulu. Very nice rhyme, isn't it? Lulu to Zulu. All right, here we have it. Lulu to Zulu. And do we have a VIA? Let's double check that for runway 04 Yankee. And that's Zulu. This is Yankee. And let's take a quick look. I'm not sure why Navigraph keeps doing that. Okay. So if we look here, we have Exxon, And so this is the PIS. So we could actually use a PIS and this is the ILS approach. So definitely we can use the PIS here for the transition, and we're going to say insert. Perfect. Now we have everything here. We're just going to move this to the side and move this to plan, cycle through. So let me bring this out. I love the fact that you can pop all the screens in Toliss. Very, very useful. So let's just cycle very quickly through the flight plan, make sure everything looks legible, which it does. Here is PIS. This is the transition for the arrival. And as you can see here, there is one planned discontinuity, which we are going to clear. There we go. And we're going to insert that. And now the flight path is complete. All right, perfect. Let's move this away. We're going to now we go to init Bravo. Now init Bravo, because I've selected the option to have all the data loaded from SimBrief. So we already have our fuel and payload loaded into the aircraft. Block fuel is 15.9, zero fuel weight is 211.3, and the zero fuel center of gravity is 25. Perfect. We're going to go to progress page. We are going to enter Echo Delta Delta Mike, and we're going to put runway 26 left just in the event that we have an emergency and we need to return to Munich. Then we have it ready here. And we are good to go. And now we can go to the secondary flight plan. We're going to copy the active. And now we can go to perf. So radio first. We can go to the radio. We already have the frequencies there. So init Bravo, and then finally performance. So let's go to perf. We're going to go here to uplink. And first we're going to come here to the APU master switch. We're going to turn it on. We'll wait for the APU flap to open, which it is open now. So we're going to start the APU, and we're going to go ahead and request the takeoff data. Perfect. Hi Q8, in your opinion, what's the best freeware in X-Plane 12 aircraft besides the Zibo 737? Well, the Sparky 747, I think, is a really good add-on. It's freeware. It's got issues, without a doubt, but I think it's pretty good. Yeah, very enjoyable aircraft to fly. So I'm not going to do flaps 3. I'm going to choose flaps 1. Let me see. All right, let me just insert first, and then we're going to change. Let me go back here. We are going to request the data again. And I think let me just request it again. And have we received it? We did receive it, so I'm going to select flex there. And now we have the flex temperature flaps 1 for the departure transition altitude 5,000 feet. And we have 52, 52, and 56 for our V1, V rotate, and V2 respectively. Perfect. Everything's good. Trim is 3.2 up, and we can set this now back on our flight plan. Let's bring up the other McDo, and we're going to set it on perf. Perfect. We can put this back on arc, and let's very quickly grab our altimeter. So let's go to Munich, and we're going to look at the weather here, 1018. So 1018 on both sides. And we are good here. Let's start this clock. Okay, perfect. And we're just waiting now. All right, see, APU is now available, so we're going to start the APU bleed. And we're going to turn off the external power. Brilliant. And alignment is in approximately 2 minutes. Okay, so we are going to come down here. And we are going to we're going to remove the chocks. And external A only will be removed after we turn on our beacon lights. So we don't need any of that. That's all good. Cabin here, yeah, the door is open, and that will also be taken care of. We're going to come to the transponder here. We're just going to make sure that this is on all at the moment, and we're going to set this to auto. And we'll leave the TCAS on standby. Okay, all is good here. And let's see. Okay, so everything's good here, and let's go ahead and plan our pushback. Now, if we take a quick look here at our current position, so why is this? All right, there we go. So 26 right is, all right, so we are parked here. We are going to push, this is 26 right. So we are going to push nose to the left, tail to the right. Perfect. Carl, hello, my friend. Say Toga, welcome aboard. Aviation Geek, welcome. Hi, Q8. Should I buy the Fly Jason Q400 or the PMDG 777-300ER? Ooh, that's a tough one, my friend. Those are two very different aircrafts with very different routes that you can fly, very different, you know. It depends really on what you prefer. Which one is your favorite aircraft? Do you like the, you know, prop, the turboprop, or, you know, a jet engine? I think that is going to basically answer the question for you. Are you using a sound pack for the A340? No, I'm not using anything today. I wanted to fly this aircraft today with default sounds, just so that you guys, if somebody is planning on buying it, you know, you'll have a very clear perspective as to what the aircraft offers in terms of sounds, visual fidelity, and so on and so forth. So, good evening to you, Niels. Welcome, my friends. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad to have you here. Eagle One, welcome aboard. I bought the Toliss A340 from X-Plane 11 years back, as well as the A300. I used AnyBuild's update manager to update the plane to X-Plane 12. The A300 update fine, but A340. I believe the A340, think there is an upgrade fee. I'm not sure. Please depart via 26 left. Well, I don't think that is a problem. And if that's something that you guys want me to do, then yeah, we can do that for sure. Let me see here. All right, so let me go here to the departure, and we're going to 626 left. We're going to insert it. And now we have a discontinuity because I think we can. All right, let me come over here, and we're going to change this. Actually, this one is okay now. So, but yeah, we can. All right, so we're going to change it to 6 procedure. Rotan does not connect runways and will be removed. Okay, fine. All right, so which departure do we want? Let's see. We want, in this case, we will take the Vavo, or we can take the Rota 3S. Okay, so let me come here, departure 26 left, you said, right? And then we'll take the Rota, this is the Rota 3S. Okay, and we're going to say insert. All right. Your wish is my command, my friend. All right. All right, there we go. So, all done here, and we'll put this back here on 10. Okay. So now things will change a little bit because we're going from 26 left. So let me remove this first. All right. All right. So there we go. Okay. So if I come down here, 26 left is on this side. So we are going to push the other way now. So we're going to push nose to the right and tail to the left. Okay. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and turn the beacon light on, and you'll immediately see that the jetways are moving away. This is a really beautiful rendition of Munich airport for X-Plane. And now we can begin the pushback. All right, so let's go ahead and go better pushback, start push.
Please show me.
Right, so we're going to go nose to the right. So we are going to push this way. And we're going to put the aircraft right over here. There we go.
To cockpit, toes driving up.
Perfect. Let's set our altitude to 29,000 feet. Our final cruise altitude today. And everything else is in tip-top shape. Okay. Now, one thing I did notice in the Toliss aircraft after the last update of X-Plane is that on landing, you have to be very careful with the aircraft. I've never had this issue with Toliss, but there's something, I feel there is something off. I might be mistaken, but I just feel there's something off. I'm from Munich, and if you have departed from 26 right, it would break my heart. Now, we don't want to do that now, do we, Benny? No worries, my friend. 26
Okay.
left it is.
All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Is YouTube being crappy for anyone else? The stream just keeps cutting off for me. Really? I'm watching the stream with you guys, so excellent connection, it says. Stream is healthy. I've had no loss in data packs, so... Occasional pauses. Really, Stan? Oh, strange. All well on my side. Maybe you guys just refresh your browser. Yeah, just refresh the browser, and maybe you can lower the resolution or something like that. Not for me. Yeah, maybe it's something local. Just refresh your browser. I think it should be fine. Okay, so looks like...
Now connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
All right, parking brake is released.
Starting pushback, and you may start the engines.
All right, and here is our clearance, ladies and gents, to start the engines. Engine mode selector goes to ignition start. And now we have the display here, and we're going to start with engine number 4. There we go. I think we can start engine 4 and 1 together, so let's go ahead and do that. So engine 1 and 4. Okay. Very majestic looking, this Airbus A340. I think the stream is fine here on mobile even. Hey, Delta Who is in the house, ladies and gents. Welcome, Delta Who. Very glad to have you here. One of... What is that aircraft doing there? One of the fine people in the X-Plane community, Delta Who. A great contributor to our community. And he is the moderator of the X-Plane official Discord channel. Right. Look at those engines, guys. Wow. One of the things I love about X-Plane is the sun glow is so realistic, especially this time of day. Very, very nice. All right. Back in the cockpit, things are good. All right, so we're going to start engines 2 and 3 now. Perfect. Ooh, my iPad is about to run out of battery here, so let me connect the... Where is it? Oh, is it on the other side? Yeah, I sure did. Okay. All right. Let's fix the iPad so I can follow you guys on the chat here. And looks like we have a... Oof, looks like the engine sounds are way too... Let me bring this down. Yeah, I think that's better. Look at just how huge this aircraft is. So long, isn't it?
Operation complete. Please set parking brake.
All right, the parking brake is right here. Look at the beautiful shadows, guys.
Stand by.
Again, by the way, like I said, the textures on this specific Toliss aircraft isn't really that bad, but it's not great either. It's okay. It's acceptable. Not for the price point, but you know, it looks all right. But definitely the lighting in X-Plane has significantly improved in the latest iteration of X-Plane. Oh, so you have the heat as well, Delta Who, in the office, huh? Yeah, we've had a very humid week here in Kuwait. The weather, the temperature was, I think, 49 Celsius today in the morning, and it was very miserable.
Bypass pin has been removed, and signal on the left. I'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
All right. Thank you very much for your service. Engine start, switch back to normal, and APU bleed off, APU master off. We're going to put the taxi nose light to taxi, and everything else here is good to go. We're going to set the auto brake to RTO, so our rejected takeoff is armed, and we're going to come here and arm the speed brake. We're going to set flaps 1 for departure, and let's go ahead and take a quick look here at the flaps. Very, very nice. Again, you can see the texturing imperfections here. They, you know, it's okay, but you know, they don't look. The texturing really. I hope Toliss will address this in their future releases. Right. So let's go ahead and release the parking brake. Parking brake released. Give it some power here. Test the brakes. Brakes are good. And takeoff config. Let's turn on our weather protection system. So this goes to auto, 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 and system 1. And now we have everything ready. Perfect. Right, let's get the aircrafts on the center line. Now, one thing I really like in this aircraft is you can come here. We're going to switch all these cameras to taxi. And now we can actually see, as you can see here, let me just pop this out. You can actually see where the aircraft is heading. And you can maintain center line because now you can actually see where the nose gear is. So you have the camera there. And normally, it's right if you line up, you see this little line here and the display, you see this little green area. If you center this green area with the yellow line here, the aircraft will be perfectly aligned with the center line here as we make our way. And the same thing, by the way, goes for the center line of the runway. Just make sure that this is your guide and just target this area here between those two displays, the gray one, not the light gray, but the darker gray, with the runway, with the taxi line there to maintain center line at all times. Okay, everything's good. This is one of the things that a lot of people have asked about in various streams, yeah, this is basically how you do it, and this should be also your guide for the center line when you're coming to land. So this is always your sort of guide there. Next plane.
What is your favorite Airbus? A300 streams soon?
Thank you very much for coming in with 20. Is this? I'm not sure which currency is this, but thank you very much for that. I really, really appreciate it. That's very kind and generous of you, my friend. Thank you. So the only A300 available in X-Plane would be the Inibuild's A300. I haven't tested the aircraft in the latest iteration of X-Plane. I'm not sure if it still works, but I don't think that it is. I mean, maybe. I mean, if you guys want me to, I'll run a few tests and see if it works. Okay, and yeah, sure, why not? We can definitely do it. Not a big deal there, but yeah. Okay, so here we are at Munich, and this is our departing runway right there. So we are going to make the turn here and then make our way, or actually we can go all the way there, no worries. Yeah, we'll just go over there and make the turn towards the towards runway 26 left. Look at those beautiful engines, guys. Too bad no clouds today, because I think X-Plane looks really good with clouds, but that's all right. All right, let's go ahead and turn off the taxi camera now. And we're going to come here and first officer off. Right, all taxi cameras are off. And we'll just give it a little tap on the brake there. Right, cabin crew, cease for departure, please. Right. And nose light to takeoff. Runway turn-off light is on. Landing lights on. Strobes are on. And I think we're getting a little bit of a stutter there. Not sure why. Okay. So here we are. Ready to go. Runway 26 left. As of now, X-Plane has the best looking clouds in flight sims. I have to agree with you, yes. Very believable. Very believable. All right, here we go. 26 left. All right, and let's line up. There we go. Right, let's start the clock. Alrighty, let's line up here with the runway. Again, this is your guide right here. All right, so we're all lined up, ready to go. Engines are stable. What's wrong with the engine thrust levers are not set? Seriously? Not sure why flight controls master caution. What did we do wrong? Right. I think we lost the speeds. After we changed the runway, we lost the speeds. All right. Positive rate. You're up. Yeah, I think that's it. All right. Let's begin the turn. The fly-by-wire implementation on the Toliss is just great. All right. Okay, autopilot 1 engaged. All right, let's take a quick look here. I think, yeah, it's definitely the, all right, flaps retracted, speed brake disarmed. It's definitely the issue with the speeds were probably deleted when we changed the runway and we forgot to get the perf again for it. So I think that was the issue. We have someone new with us here on the channel. We have Shadow, just joined the Q8 Pilot channel. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us here, and welcome to the Q8 Pilot family. This aircraft, I believe, is $89. I would use any betas on 2024. People say it's too inconsistent. Yes, that is very true. Right, speed is, we are climbing. We are reaching the transition altitude, so the altimeter is set to standard. Right, standard barrel set. And let's do that so we can climb. Open climb? No, we don't want open climb. We want thrust climb. All right, there we go. Yeah, that changing of that runway has messed things up for us a little bit, but that's all right. We'll leave the terrain on the first officer side. And again, look at those beautiful engines. Again, the wing, the actual modeling of the wing is nice, but the texturing is just horrible. I mean, look at this. It looks like, you know, my kids' painting, You know, when he draws the wing, it looks really bad. Yeah. This view is nice, though. Yeah, gotta love those engines. Right. We're gonna set this to 40 now. We are approaching 10,000 feet. 8, 7, 8, 8, 8, 9, 9,000. So we are going to turn off the landing lights, nose light, and we're going to set the non-smoking fasten seatbelt sign to auto. All right, so we continue now our climb. We're above 10,000 feet. Now, you can see here one of the things in X-Plane, you can see these clouds, these cirrus clouds, cumulus clouds. They are very well represented in X-Plane now. You can see the clouds far in the distance. They look very, very convincing. Overall, X-Plane, the overall feeling in X-Plane, I think once you're up in the air, or on the ground for that matter, I think is very, very realistic. It feels very realistic, especially the representation of mist, fog. You know, they need to work on the raindrops, and they also need to work on rain from the external view. It looks like, you know, just, you know, black scratches from a, like, you know, a wet pencil. So yeah, you can do that today with the density today ref, but it costs more FPS. Ah, I see. The only thing I also find childish drawn are the lighting bolts. Yeah, they're not very well done. I agree. But the fidelity of the systems here and the simulation of all the failure stuff. By the way, you can have Avitab. If you go here, you can access actually the control panel from within Avitab. And this here is something I really, really like in Toliss. You can select any fault you want, and you can actually select the scenario. If you want to do it, you can want to enable random faults, or you can go for a specific one to test, you know, your checklist and your procedures. You can do that. Very, very good. We've done this, I think, in that we can actually do it if you guys want. You know, we can simulate a few failures. Yeah, and just you know, put the aircraft to more authority. I think this is the alternate landing gear, but it looks like it's not simulated in the Toliss A340. Not sure why. Or is it this one? No, I think it's this one. Yeah, that's the one. It's in a different location here. That's it. Yeah, landing gear, gravity extension. So basically what this does, it lets in the case of hydraulic failure, this little thing here will allow you to drop the landing gear using just only gravity. It is very slow, but it does work. Fly, no work. L8R, welcome to Captain. Thank you very much, sir, for your support. I really, really, truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Isn't that the cabin phone? Yes, Roy, I think it is. I think it is. It is the cabin phone. Right, so if we go here to the ATSU and we go, so data link is available, SATCOM is not because I don't have that enabled. ATC com, let's go to return, comms, yeah, data mode, directory. So you have your frequencies there, so you can call the ground crew. You've got your maintenance frequency, so that's pretty cool. Delta, that sounds promising, and lighting thing, you are working with that too. Yeah, I'm very, very happy with whatever Laminar is doing. Definitely, we're in for a treat with the next version of X-Plane. Right, let me adjust this here to normal flow, or auto flow, beg your pardon, and everything else here is good. All right, perfect. Okay, so we are about 4,500 feet. You can see this scene, although these are not, you know, photoreal textures, but the fact of the matter is, because the haze, the mist, and the overall meteorological representation in X-Plane is very realistic now. You can see that this is actually a very convincing scene here as you fly above those mountains, and you can see the clouds in the distance. You can see the mountain range there. It actually looks very good. Yeah. Let me just very quickly go here to the side, and let's take a quick look here. Yeah, I mean, this is a nice looking scene right there from the window. Not photoreal, but looks really, really good. For not being photoreal, I think it looks really good. Yeah. All right. What am I doing here playing with all these buttons? Okay, so we are going to now go to 80 nautical miles, and we are now at approaching cruise altitude, which is 29,000 feet, and the top of climb is in 2 nautical miles, and then immediately after that we will go ahead and configure the aircraft for the arrival into Croatia. We've been flying since taxi. It's been 27 minutes since we started taxiing. Good evening, Mr. Boring. Welcome aboard. Sneak peeks from 12.3 look really promising. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Good afternoon, Raul. How are you doing, my friend? All right. So if we click here, you'll see that the top of descent is in 84 now, nautical miles. So good time for us to begin programming the Mach-2 there for the arrival. So let's bring up our charts, and let's see here. We want to go to... No, cancel that. We want to go to 04 ILS, the Yankee. There we go. And why is this still showing? All right, there we go. Okay, so what we want from here is, first we want to the weather. So let's see. We have clear weather, variable winds, so variable wind direction at 2 knots, cloud and visibility okay. The temperature is 31, QNH 1016, no significant change in the next couple of hours. Okay, so we're going to go 1016. The temperature is, wow, it's quite warm in Europe these days, isn't it? 31 Celsius. And variable wind, so I'm just going to put 0 and 2. And transitional altitude. And then we want decision height is 100. Okay, decision height set. Everything's good. And we can now put this away. And you can see that we are actually not very far from our destination. Hi Q8, great stream. You should try the BSS Neo atmospheric mod for X-Plane 12. It's actually amazing. Atmospheric mod. BSS Neo atmospheric mod. All right, I'll try to remember that. I'll make a note for myself here. Okay. Not sure what you mean, but file a bug report along with the comparison. By the way, guys, one thing about Laminar is their system of reporting bugs is a very unique system, the way they deal with the bugs. And when you get the crash reports, every time you get a crash in your sim, be sure to send the report to Laminar, because it helps them detect patterns and eventually fix the issue. So it really does help them quite a bit when you report these issues. And like Delta, who said, yeah, file the bugs there with anything that you are finding in the sim, because the overall response from the community helps Laminar with refining the sim and fixing issues. One of the things that is very, very difficult in development, in the development business, not just flight sim, but any development business, is that you cannot always know what is happening on the other person's end, because we all have different PC specs. We have different processors, different RAM, different graphics cards, even different ambient temperature. So all of these things will play a role, and has to be factored in when there is a crash that is an unexplained crash. So that really does help them a lot. We have our friend from, I'm not sure where, because I can't read the characters there, but welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. Remy, welcome. IVO or VATSIM today? Neither. Flying Scotsman, good evening to you, my friend. And we want to welcome Tiago to the Q8 Pilot channel. Welcome aboard. All right. 29,000 feet. We are almost at top of descent, 54 nautical miles. And you can see here the terrain radar works really well. I am yet to... I think I've seen it once, the weather radar. I've seen that once only. Right. The platform altitude is 3,000 feet. Perfect. All's looking good. Look at the sun glow. Wow. I really miss Mr. X's mesh, global mesh for X-Plane. I'm not sure if it works with X-Plane 12 or not, but it's a step up. It really does improve the overall look and feel of X-Plane. Again, guys, look at those clouds. You see the clouds there in the distance? The cloud scattering in X-Plane now is really, really very, very nice. Very, very well done. Occasionally, I do get those funny-looking clouds, or clouds that appear to be shaved off from the bottom. But this is on very, very rare occasions that I get that. But you can see it there in the distance. Just really looks really nice. Right. Okay, so we're almost there. Not a very long flight today. His mesh works, I believe. I'd probably give it a star then, Rocker. Thanks for letting me know. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is absolutely. German Flight Sim channel, welcome aboard. HD mesh works in X-Plane 12, but does not incorporate the new land classes. And the terrain features that were introduced in X-Plane 12. Gotcha. So probably you'll lose a little bit of visual assets when you install it, I suppose. Okay, let's see here. Step deleted. Step now. Yeah, we were supposed to go to, I think, 31,000 feet, so we were able to step. And again, steps are fully implemented on the Toliss A340. I use X-Plane map, enhancement, and SimHeaven. Looks great. Yep. Michael B. Good evening, Captain. Did you ever fly the Concorde on stream, either in X-Plane 12 or in P3D? No, I've only done it with the DC Designs in Microsoft Flight Sim. I think seasons and sounds would be slightly or Borg with HD mesh, also bathymetry, but I haven't checked. Ah, okay, yeah, bathymetry is very important. So yeah, looks like you lose some functionality there with it. I haven't tried it because there isn't really an official patch for it. I think Mr. X has developed a patch that worked with the early versions of X-Plane 12, but I don't think since then there has been any patches. I think it works in compatibility mode with no guarantee that, you know, it will function properly. So, yeah. All right, so we are 28 nautical miles now from top of descent. This aircraft is it's got really huge engines. Right. So I don't think anywhere in the near future that we will see airliners with more than 2 engines. The fact of the matter is that a 2-engine operation is more than safe for any aircraft, and then considering fuel efficiency and the cost of fuel efficiency is one, and also the noise abatement, you know, being environment friendly, all that good stuff has factored into the demise of you know, 4-engine airliners such as the A340 and the 747, as well as the A380 more recently. So I think the 747 though will remain just a little longer. It's been used. It's a very effective aircraft for cargo, so it will probably remain for the foreseeable future. I think that helps me a lot and have 0 stutters on X-Plane compared to MSFS 2024, which sometimes, depending on the plane and scenery, is an absolute slideshow. Yeah, that is true. Not to mention the size of the engines too, for sure. So the maintenance is a big problem also for the airlines when they have an aircraft with 4 engines, because one engine, when they do the maintenance, it becomes very difficult for them to maintain all 4 engines. So the cost again on the airline is huge. Right, 4 nautical miles, stop and descent. I think we can go ahead and start the descent. We are going to reset the MCP altitude to 3,000 feet, and we are going to do a nav descent. And we have now begun the descent towards Croatia, or Zagreb in Croatia. Right. We're flying today in real time, real weather. So the time we have here is the current time in Croatia, which is, if we come here, it is currently 1856 local time in Croatia. And maybe someone can verify that for us. A380 freighter is yet to come. I very much doubt that. We have our friend from Taiwan here. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Greetings to you from Kuwait. 2 Simulations, welcome. Michael B. Yeah, DC Designs unfortunately has a lot of problems. Yes, it does. I really like the FS Labs Concorde, but I actually like the Kolimata a lot better than the FS Labs Concorde. Again, I love those short hops. They are, I think they are very suitable for, you know, for my working hours. And for my age. So yeah. So we are, yeah. So yeah, in recent days, guys, I will be honest with you. I've been feeling burned out a little bit from just everything. So work is very intense, very long hours, and it's the number of meetings and the amount of amount of talking that goes into those meetings is just really very, very draining. See, I'm a very practical person. I don't like meetings. I think meetings are useless because people just sit and talk, right? And they socialize. I feel like it's like, like a, what do you call it? A business socialization. That's what I think. When I go to a meeting, I normally like the meeting to be exactly between 20 to 30 minutes max, very clear agenda, and we discuss each problem, come up with an action item, date of implementation, who's responsible, and that's it. I don't like side talks. I don't like people that start, talking about their dog, or there's like, you please just finish with it. I don't like sitting on a chair for a very long time. So, yeah, and people start just digressing, and yeah, not me. That's what's going on being a top dog. Yeah, I guess so, Stan. God, it's so boring. Especially just imagine a situation where, you haven't slept well the day before, and you get a call that upsets you in the morning, and then you have a meeting that's supposed to be like 20 minutes, and like the first like 45 minutes is just some mumbo jumbo going on. Oh man, yeah, I don't like the mumbo jumbo for sure. Right here with you. Hey, Rocker, yeah. Yeah, here. I'm sure a lot of you guys share the same, the same perspective there. Maybe Iris, everything to default. Yeah. Could you do some cargo flights, e.g. with the B767? Yeah, I think both of these aircraft have recently received an update, so for sure we are going to. We are definitely going to be taking a look at those probably in the days to come. Maybe on Saturday. Oh, actually, Saturday, guys, I will not be able to stream. So I might actually bring it forward to Friday, because my family is arriving into Kuwait on Saturday, and I need to go pick them up from the airport. So, yeah, I will not be able to do it on Saturday. But I will be with you guys either on Sunday or Friday. More than likely Friday, because I'll have more time. So they did textures on the 767 have improved a lot. Yes, and on the 757 I think as well. Right, we are at 49 nautical miles. We are at 20,000 feet. We continue our descent. Things are looking good so far. It's going to be hopefully a nice approach into Zagreb this evening, and maybe when it gets a bit darker, you'll probably see the lighting inside this Toliss A340 a little better, and I think they're actually very nice. Right. Here again, we'll pan the camera here a little bit so you guys can. Again, take a look at the texturing of the aircraft, which, by the way, during this time of day it's not bad. It's actually okay. It's just I expect better from Toliss with all their aircraft. Yeah, but overall, it doesn't ruin the experience, and that's the most important thing. Yeah, really nice. Okay, the texturing on the seats is okay. Right. All right. So we are 18,000 now. We are almost there. I'm going to, just for situational awareness, we're going to come here very quickly. We are arriving at 04. So let's come here. Maybe we'll come to this one here. We'll go to the fix info. We're going to put EDDM-LDZA 04. And we're going to add, we're going to put a 10 nautical mile radius. Ah, not radial 10. Sorry. All right, 040. All right, so that's the exact radial of the runway. So again, for situational awareness, now you can see it more clearly, and now you know where exactly the runway is. And then we can go also, we're at 10 nautical mile ring here. And then we're going to go to the next page, and we're going to do LDZA 04. And now we can just put 20 here. There we go. And now we have our rings there. We need to also, we should have changed this to LDZA 04. And if you stick that there, it now gives you exact distance to the runway, which is 46.1 nautical miles. We are at, let me put this back on flight plan. Right. So we are at 1546. We need to be at 3. That's, yeah, that's a little pushing it, but we do have a little bit of a turn here. So we should be fine. Let me put this back on 40. Yeah, I think we should be fine with this little turn. This is the 46 nautical miles is straight line to the runway. So we have a few turns here, so we should be fine, I think. All right, perfect. We're almost there now. It's because it's the A340, so there isn't a green dot representing descent path besides the altitude indicator. No, actually, there is a magenta. I'm not sure if you can see it here. I'm not sure if we can make this bigger. Can we make this bigger? Yeah, we can. All right. So if you notice here, by the number 1, there is a magenta circle, and that is that's what replaces the green circle in the other Airbuses. This one is a little bit different. You can see that there is a restriction at 5,500 here. We are at 13,000 feet. And we continue our descent. So we are on the descent path here. No issues thus far. We're descending at about 1,600 feet per minute. Right. We're going to turn on the landing system, and we'll leave the rest of the configurations for when we arrive. But now we know that this is the 20 nautical mile ring. Here, we're going to make a slight turn here and then intercept the localizer for runway 04 at Zagreb Airport in Croatia. You're most welcome, my friend. I hope, I wish I could read your name and greet you properly, but I can't read. I'm not sure. I suppose this is Taiwanese that you've written your name with. So, but welcome, and we have Bosti. Welcome aboard to the Q8 Pilot channel. Glad to have you here, my friend. Do you do long haul flights at all? No, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't have the time for that. The longest flight I think I've done was from Kuwait to New York offline in the PMDG 777-300, and that was back in the P3D days. And I was actually wanting to do the ETOPS tutorial for you guys. So I did that complete flight with a landing into Shannon because previously Kuwait Airways were not permitted to fly direct to JFK. They had to land in Shannon and refuel and then take off. I'm going to extend the speed brake here to reduce our speed. We are approaching 10,000 feet, so landing lights on and runway turn-off lights, nose lights, and we're going to turn on the fasten seat belt. Non-smoking signs are all on now, and let's just keep the speed brake until we are below 250 knots, the maximum allowed speed below 10,000 feet. Right, 20 nautical miles here, and this is our 20 nautical mile ring. You can see that we're going to be doing a turn momentarily and intercept 04. Okay, perfect. Right, we're looking good here. And now the aircraft should begin the descent again. There we go. And you can see, I think you can see the red circle there more clearly now. All right, perfect. Now we can bring back the speed brake. And now we are descending once more. There we go. All right. All's looking good here. Again, beautiful sky colors. Look at that, guys. Wow. Look at the sky colors there. Absolutely gorgeous. And I think you can also start seeing the lights now there in the cockpit as we arrive into our destination. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet. We're still looking good here. And we are descending at a reasonable rate of 1,200 feet per minute. You should do some flying in the A320 for Turkish Airlines. A beautiful and scenic flight I'd recommend would be from LTFM Istanbul to Geneva. I will definitely make a note of that. Welcome back, Carl. Hello, Mr. Is it Mouse? Is it Mouse? I'm sorry if I mispronounced that in any way, but that's how it reads to me. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here with us. All right. 8,000. Hello, Owen. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us this evening, my friend. All right. Let's extend the speed brakes again and bring the speed down. Looks like there is a 220 knot restriction there, so let's make sure that we are there. All right, perfecto. All right, here's our turn. We are about 5,000 feet. I think we are a bit too high. But let's just wait and see what happens. There we go. All right. So we're going to go now to 10 nautical miles. We are going to set the auto brake to 2. And we're going to arm the speed brake. There we go. All right, we are definitely a little too high. But let's see what happens here. I think we need to descend. This is like, never happened to me with Toliss, but for some reason, yeah, I think we're just a bit too high there. All right, let's go and activate the approach. We are descending at about 1,000 feet per minute. I think we should be fine. All right, 10. Excellent. Very nice looking aircraft. The sound set of this aircraft, the default sounds are really, really bad in my opinion. All right. We are coming up to 5,000. There's our star as we fly through it, and now we are going to set the altimeter to 1016. 1016. 1016. Okay, perfect. We're looking good. I think you can see now the lighting on the streets there far in the distance. And this is probably the worst part of X-Plane, is as you are closer to the ground, the ground texturing and the mesh doesn't really look all that great. Actually looks bad, if I have to say it. But yeah, I don't mind it too much. I think it does the job. And yeah, I think we can see the localizer needle right there and the glide slope needle as well. So we can actually begin. Let me see here. No, approach phase isn't activated yet. I think we still have some time to clear another 2,000 feet cat-free single. Because this is right here. Let me just make this a little bigger. So this is our 10 nautical mile ring. So we are still outside of the 10 nautical mile ring. So I think we still have sufficient time to clear the required altitude. Looks like localizer is now captured. I think FF is just releasing updates, etc. Don't seem to be announcing anything. They just release updates when they are ready. I think they do announce on Twitter or X that, you know, sometimes when I find myself in too high situations, I'll cut power to idle, throw our flaps 1 to speed and brakes a little bit. Yeah, TriStar Productions, I do the same exactly sometimes, but today I just didn't really want to do anything. I wanted really to see the VNAV, LNAV. I wanted to see how all of that works, because I did notice in some aircraft in X-Plane, it wasn't much doing what it's supposed to do. So anyway, we are so far. It's been the Airbus autopilot has been really flying the aircraft by the book. No issues whatsoever. Okay, so let's see. Approach phase isn't activated yet, and it can be activated right here. So you see this little, looks like the TOD. So I think this. There is a top of this, you'll see a TC and a TD there again. So I think once we are in the 10 nautical mile ring, so here, let me do this here. So as soon as we are at the ring, if the approach phase is not activated, then we will activate it ourselves. And you can see that this is the green dot here. And below that, we need to start raising the flaps. So I think we're good to start raising the flaps in just a second here. All right. Looking good here, so we are going to activate the approach phase. It's activated on its own. Okay, perfect. And now we're going to select speed check, flaps 1. There we go. We have the runway in sight. What a beautiful approach here into Zagreb Airport. Looking good. We are on the localizer and glide slope. Auto brake is already set, and cabin crew seats for landing, please. Right.
2,500.
Excellent. Right, and speed check flaps 2. And landing gear is coming down. Look at those landing gear. The landing gear on the A340 is just amazing. Look at that. Beautiful. Just beautiful. All right, speed check. Flaps 3. And flaps full. Let me reset my view. We have the runway in sight. We are on the glide slope and localizer, and now we can, I think, see the lighting a little better, and actually it looks pretty decent during nighttime. I love the nighttime in X-Plane. Well, not exactly night, but during dusk, things look really nice. Beautiful lighting. You can see the traffic there on the street. Very, very nice. X-Plane is really starting to look really nice. The only complaint would be the mesh. All right, let me focus here on this approach. And at 1,000 feet, we will disconnect, hand fly the aircraft. I think you can cancel this somewhere here. There we go.
1,000.
Right, 1,000. Autopilot off. My aircraft. So we have variable winds at 2 knots, so nothing too serious really today for this approach.
500. 400. 300. 200.
100 above.
Bit too low.
100.
Minimum.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10.
5.
Ladies and gents, welcome to Croatia. Reverse green. Not the best of my landings, but I'll take it. 80 knots. Manual braking. And we have made it safely. Look at those beautiful one-way lights. Wow. I love X-Plane, guys. Right, let's take a look at the landing here real quick. Huge aircraft. Don't. All right, thank you. Thank
Minimum.
you. I was worried that it would... All right, so here we are in the Toliss A340. And there's the runway. Look at that, ladies and gents. Wow, this looks absolutely gorgeous. How about that? Wow. Gotta love it, guys. I mean, there isn't anything about X-Plane that I don't like. All right, let's do this one more time. We'll do it a few times. Look at the runway contours there. Absolutely lovely. Wow. Look at that wing flex. Just brilliant. Hey, AJ!
Landing gear that doesn't sink, a nice idea.
How are you, AJ? Thank you very much, sir, for your support there. $3 super chat. Appreciate it very, very much. Thank you so much. Right. Let's do a few more. Have got to love X-Plane, guys. I mean, there isn't really anything. Look at this view. Look at the aircraft when it comes so believable, especially this particular camera. When you look at the lights, the landing lights, the strobes, just the movement of the aircraft, it looks like a real aircraft coming to land, as if you're doing plane spotting. Look at those lights, just absolutely gorgeous. Right, let's see here. There's a tower view. Just lovely. All right, we're going to do it one more time with the wing view. And that's it. All right, so let's come over here. And we'll take this view here. Oh, no. Come on. Not this one. That one. No. We gotta repeat it, guys. Right, there we go. Okay. There. Check out that wing flex. Just beautiful. Wow. Really, really nice. All right. Helps to go back in the cockpit view. All right, there we go. Let's slow down. And let's retract the flaps. Disarm the speed brake. Let's start the APU. And we are going to turn on the taxi cams. Right, and then we're gonna move this to strobes are off. No, auto actually. Oh, it automatically set it there. All right, landing lights off. And let's go and start the APU. There we go. Very, very nice indeed. Never get tired from viewing these landing scenes. Should put those on shorts. Yeah, it's really, really cool. Yeah, I often do. That's true. 500, 600 are not underpowered. You're thinking of the 200 and 300. Right, we're going to also stop the clock here. 48 minutes exactly. And I think we can bring the aircraft to a stop here on stand Echo 1. Right, again, which we're going to do, we're going to line up this part here with the line there. Let me just slow down the aircraft so I'll have a little bit more time to maneuver the aircraft properly. They're into position. There we go. Let's turn off the taxi lights so we don't blind the ground crew. Right, there we go. And there we go. Parking brake set. Excellent. We can now turn on the APU bleed, and we can turn off our engines. Right, we'll wait for the engines to spool down. We can also turn off the taxi cams. Right, and at this point we can also turn off the beacon light. Alrighty. And there you have it, ladies and gents. The Toliss A340 for X-Plane 12. We've made it safely here into our destination. And this was definitely a very fun flight. I definitely enjoyed the stream very much, guys. And really, really enjoyed the interaction with all of you guys. Learned a few things as well along the way. Want to thank you very much, guys, for the outstanding support, for the lovely interaction. I will be back with you guys, hopefully this coming either Friday or Sunday, depending on, you know, what commitments I have with the family. Yeah, the family's arriving on Saturday, but I do have a few things planned with my siblings. So we'll see how that goes. I will definitely be sure to let you guys know. And I promise you, I won't change the stream schedules without letting you guys know. But until we meet again, ladies and gents, please take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and have a lovely day. Bye-bye for now.